Greetings, my name is Michael Stavrakakis and I'm the singer of Doomocracy from Greece. Welcome to a brand new episode of Addicted to Lists. This is the third and final episode of my small tribute to the Hellenic metal scene. In my two previous episodes, I had as guests some incredible musicians from the Hellenic metal scene, like Andreas Saroussis from Arauter, Antonis Mazarakis from Innerwish, Chris Kappas from Ahelus, Mars Triumph from Triumpher, Asgard Lord from Solitary Sacred, Nicholas Leptos from Arayan Path, and Sakis Bandis from Horizon's End. In the two previous episodes, me and my Greek guests feature some of the most thrilling Hellenic metal albums. And in today's episode, I'm gonna feature my top 10 Hellenic metal albums, so stay here. But what do people from outside of Greece think about Greek metal? Do they know Greek bands? And most importantly, do they like them? Today's guest will try to answer that question. So in this episode, I have as guest Mr. Michael Haifl, editor and publisher of Saitenkult online magazine, Alex Fahnrich, editor of Legacy German magazine, and Michael Kohsiek, editor of German Death Forever magazine, and heavy metal enthusiast and longtime lover of the Hellenic metal scene, and also bassist of Arkham Circle, Mr. Michael Baumann. So if you think that's a good idea, let's begin. Here are my top 10 Hellenic metal albums. I had a lot of fun compiling these three episodes, and I must say that it was not an easy task choosing my top 30 favorite Hellenic metal albums. Let me add some brief comments about my top 10. Triarchy of the Lost Lovers by Rotting Christ. I've shared a few times that I'm not the biggest fan of black metal, but there are some albums that can't just pass me by. Triarchy has a strong production, but most importantly has great songs like Archon, Dynasty from the Ice, Snowing Steel, and King of a Stellar War. Any Science by Heathendom. I could have easily chosen the album Symbolist as well. A power metal band from Greece with King Diamond influences and some doom metal elements. Sounds great, right? Well, it is. The album has a good production, the band sounds really technical, and the singer Dimitris Koutsouveliis is amazing. But most importantly, the compositions are really good. So why isn't this band well known abroad? I don't really know. The band sounds even greater live. I saw them some 15 years ago, I think, and apart from their songs, they played a kick-ass cover of Eye of the Witch by King Diamond. Sadly, the band has gone into quietus. For me, one of the biggest what-ifs of the Greek metal scene. Silk Under the Skin by Raw Silk could easily be my number one. Yes, it's that good of a record. I wouldn't call it heavy metal, it's more of a hard rock album, but it lacks nothing in comparison to the legendary bands of hard rock. It is an album that should definitely be known abroad, as it features some amazing songs like Irene, Street Girl, and Heroes Don't Cry. Raw Silk played a one-off show in 2003 supporting the great Jeff Scott Soto, which I was extremely lucky to witness. They sounded amazing even after all those years, and singer George Florakis had an incredible performance, one of my favorite singers of the Hellenic metal scene. Redemption Through Force by Solitary Sacred, my favorite Cypriot metal band with an excellent singer and amazing musicians. The band's second album is my favorite. We're talking about some songs of pure epicness with u.s.metal influences, beautiful choruses, and a singer, Asgard Lord, who gives meaning to the word epic. I saw the band live in 2017 at a festival that I was co-organizing and they were brilliant. Also check out the band's latest release, Temple of the Serpent. It's really great. Gods Made of Flesh by Disharmony. This was my second favorite album of the year 2022. A magnificent album with a wide spectrum of influences, from thrash metal to power metal to doom metal. Add there some black metal riffs as well and some references to Nevermore, and you get a great result. You might think that an album with so many influences might not sound cohesive, but Disharmony have blended all those influences to create a masterful album. The singer Chris Cornellis is simply charismatic. I saw the band live some 20 years ago, I think. They played a cover of Eagle Fly Free, and even back then Chris nailed that song. I'd love to see the band live again, of course, and who knows, perhaps share the stage with them with Doomocracy? Messenger by War Drum. The band has some top-notch musicians, led by one of the best singers of our generation, Yannis Papadopoulos, and the result is one of the finest Hellenic metal albums. It is not easy for a band from Greece to make a breakthrough and be successful abroad. It did not happen, and now Yannis Papadopoulos is in Beast in Black, of course, but the great music remains. A Frail Deception by Cycrans is a magnificent progressive metal album. Wonderful melodies, delirious guitars, great rhythm section, and an emotional singer who delivers a passionate performance. The focus here is melody, just as War Drum, but the prog elements are always there. Once again, it feels strange to me how this band is not broadly known. I mean, I could easily put them next to gems of the genre. Sadly, apart from this amazing album and a beautiful cover of Iron Maiden's Caught Somewhere in Time, this band didn't release any more music. Concrete Surreal by Horizon Sen. Definitely my favorite Hellenic progressive metal album. Concrete Surreal is not an easy album. It requires the listeners to dive deep into their music and discover true emotions. The album is passionate but technical as well, and the singer Vasilis Topalidis delivers a wonderful performance. Mesmerizing melodies that create beautiful landscapes that lead to progressive outbursts. I was really lucky to see the band live back in the day. They were amazing, and I'm happy that the band has reunited, releasing some amazing albums. Deceptor the Legend, probably the biggest what if of Hellenic metal. Deceptor, hailing from Thessaloniki, Greece, played a mix of heavy power thrash metal with influences from bands like Lethal, Queensryche, Fates Warning and Watchtower. No other bands played like that in Greece in the 80s or today, and to be honest, I don't think any other Greek band has reached that level of musicianship. Excellent musicians led by Yannis Koutselinis, a singer who could easily be the singer of Watchtower. Yes, he is that good. This band deserves so much more, and if they had signed a decent record deal back then, they'd be worldly known by now. But sadly, all that we have from Deceptor is some demos and some live performances, which you can find in this amazing compilation, The Legend. Alone Records has put together a new compilation with Deceptor songs to be released on cassette, CD and vinyl on November 6th. Deceptor could be sitting on my #1 position, but that is really hard when they have not released an official album. So the time has come for me to reveal my #1 Hellenic metal album. It is none other than Illusions in Infinite Void by Sacral Rage, or Beyond Celestial Echoes by Sacral Rage, as both albums are great. Prog thrash madness at its best. One of the most thrilling tech metal albums of our generation. I'm so glad that this band hails from Greece. And now that I think about it, maybe I'm not that glad, because if they were from the United States, they'd be widely known by now. Anyway, did I mention that Sacral Rage is an amazing live band as well? You should definitely check them out because they do deliver the goods. Marios plays like 3 guitarists together. The rhythm section of Chris Evangelis is solid and plays with a lot of fantasy. Then we have Dimitris Kartaloglou on vocals. First of all, I will praise his live presence. This man is living it to the full on stage. He's great in the studio as well, of course. He has mesmerizing lows and extraterrestrial highs. Guys, can we have a new album, please? Until then, your 2 first albums remain my favorite albums of the Hellenic metal scene. Well done, guys. Moving on now to the list of my distinguished guests. We begin with Michael Haifl, Chief Editor and Publicist of Saitenkult online magazine. Michael Haifl is an experienced editor and has a great taste in music, if I may add. So here is his list of favorite Hellenic metal albums in alphabetical order. That is a great list, Michael. Thank you. And I'm glad we share the same number one album. Moving on next to Alex Fahnrich, editor of Legacy magazine. Alex has been an editor for a long time and has reviewed countless rock and metal albums. Here is his list of favorite Hellenic metal albums. That is a great list, Alex. Thank you as well. I see that we have some common albums in our top 10. Moving on next to Michael Kohsiek, editor of German Death Forever magazine. Michael has been an editor for more than 35 years. I think that says a lot, right? Here is his list of 15 favorite Hellenic metal albums. That is a great list, Michael. Thank you. I'm glad we share the same number one and some common albums in our list. Fotis Bernardo Drums is a drum instrument that gives you access to 2 professional drum kits, a top-of-the-line studio sound with an unparalleled realism. I've been using it a lot lately and I must say that it is very realistic, easy to use and it sounds amazing. It gives you full mixing control and high-quality effects, full routine options and a huge selection of MIDI grooves covering at the highest quality a variety of popular music genres. It gives you everything you need to create the perfect drum tracks for all kinds of extreme and not only production. So if you want an all-star drummer like Fotis Bernardo playing some awesome sounding grooves for your next project, you can use my affiliate link in the description of this video and acquire Fotis Bernardo drums by Stigmatized Productions at a discounted price. Moving on now to my next and final guest, heavy metal enthusiast and bassist of Arkham Circle, Mr. Michael Baumann. Michael is one of the greatest supporters of the Hellenic metal scene, at least from people outside of Greece, so I think that his opinion really counts. Let's see his favorite top 10 Hellenic metal albums. Another great list. Thank you, Michael. So that was the end of my third and final episode dedicated to the Hellenic metal scene. Let me just add that personally I see a bright future for the scene as the quality of musicians and releases has really increased. There are opportunities for Hellenic metal bands that play good music as long as they are willing to make some sacrifices. Best of luck to everyone. So that was it. Thanks so much for watching and thank you for your support. As always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a quote on YouTube with your own favorite Hellenic metal albums. Also, let me know what other list you'd like me to feature on this channel. Until next time, stay safe and rock on!